I am loving this show already. We're only 2 episodes in and I'm loving this show. What's up YouTube, the average gamer Shawn here, bringing you another review of Power Rangers Dino Charge. Oh my gosh, this was such a good episode. I just finished watching it. I don't know when I'm posting this, but as of me recording this, I just finished watching it and I had to come right to a review. There was so many como se dice, hints and references and homages to the Sentai in this episode. It was so amazing. And the first one actually started to show off, and it was with the Green Ranger. It's the Green Ranger Riley. Apparently Riley, his family lives on the farm, so he's a farmer. But his brother was walking by, well, riding by on a horse like this, and then he rides past the barn, and he glares in, and he sees Riley practicing his fencing, which is an homage to the Super Sentai, where the Green Ranger, he was a student, but he was a student, but I think his grandpa or something like that was a swordsman, so he practiced fencing and sword fighting and things like that. So that was an amazing homage, and it led up to the next scene where I guess his brother walked by, used the little lasso thing to open the barn door, and he's like, "Are you fencing?" And he was like, "No, I'm cleaning the pig pen," or something like that. And whatever. So like, all right, his brother told him to pretty much go do the pig pen stuff, and then he was about to go do that. Then he noticed his little dog. What was his name? Dog Sparky. I believe his dog name was Sparky, which is a reference to something. To another Power Rangers Super Sentai. I know it's a reference because it sounded familiar. I know it's a reference. So while he's going to do that, he goes and he runs into. He notices his dog is gone and it's like barking for help. And he's going to do that. So he's like chasing, and then he finds Fury about to literally decapitate this dog. He's like, "You annoying dog, I'm about to kill you, dead." He didn't really say it like that, but that's kind of what happened. So then Riley sees it. He chases, he grabs like this lead pipe thing, like a lead construction pipe thing, and uses it for a sword to block the strike. So him and Fury get into like this really well choreographed sword fight. It's so well choreographed, and it made sense because they explained why Riley is so good at sword fighting too. So they're like literally, Riley is really holding his own against Fury until Fury gets the upper hand, knocks the little thing out of his hand, and it goes into the rock, which you've probably seen in the previews, or if you watched the episode. It goes into the rock and it uncovers another Dino skeleton and the green inner gem. So Riley, he runs over to the thing, try to pull the thing out, and while he's trying to pull it out, the power of the green inner gem activates and turns it into the Dino Saber. It turns the lead pipe into the Dino Saber, and then he goes on this good attack on Fury, and when he gets Fury down, he goes and grabs the inner gem out, which gives him more power, and he kind of pretty much scares Fury away. After that, we see Riley back at his farm, where he tells his family that he's about to go to the Dino Museum, where we saw everybody at in the first episode. So we do that, and his brother gives him like a little moped-like bike thing, and it breaks down on him halfway. So we go to it breaks down on him. And we find it out, it breaks down on him because we see Bay, aka Shelby, and Tyler driving past, and they're still talking about the inner gems. So I'm not sure if this episode picks up directly at the end of last episode. What it seemed happens was, while Riley And no, not Riley. While Riley was, doing his thing at the farm and fighting Fury, it takes place at the same time where Bay and Tyler were doing their stuff, and they all just meet up at once, and they give them a ride. And that's when we get to the other preview scene that they had, where all three of them are helping out the lady in the car, the lady and her husband who car flipped over. This scene was a little bit more dire than they made it seem in the preview, because the car is actually leaking gas, and Riley noticed, he's like, it's leaking gas, we gotta hurry up. So they, you know, use all the power, they use, you know, teamwork and all that WWE bullshit, push the car in the air, yada yada yada. Let me slow down. There's so much to talk about in this episode. So once they do that, that's when they realize Riley has a green inner gem too, and then Tyler's like, let me guess, you're going to the Dino Museum too? They all go back there, and once they arrive at the Dino Museum, that's when they part, Shelby tells them to go around back, so we can go to the back entrance. And they see Chase and Coda. Coda is the best character on this show. Hands down, Coda is the best character on this show, because he's a man of little words, but every time he says something, it is hilarious. Like, it's just his personality is hilarious, where it kind of counterparts in certain ways his Sentai counterpart, where his Sentai counterpart was like the oldest guy in the group. I think in the Sentai he was like 32 years old, like one of the oldest youngest Rangers to be on the active team for a season. And and the Super Sentai guy, I can't remember his name, but he was like goofy and always make, like, they called it corny dad jokes in the Super Sentai, which is really, really good. And Coda is like this buff, young, strong, goofy character. I don't know how to explain it, but Coda is the best character on this show. And then you have Chase, who is, you know, as you've seen in the first episode, the flirt, which is like a very counterpart to a Super Sentai, where the Black Ranger, Ian, was a flirt. He was a lover boy. And I'm loving this so far. And they're looking, I'm loving Coda, because all Coda said was, I'm hungry. But it's the way he speaks. It's like, I'm hungry. And it's like, and then Chase is looking at him like, Coda, you're always hungry. And then Coda's just like, yeah, you're right. It was just so funny. So those two disappear, and then you got the other three looking for them, and they notice this big T-Rex head, like, just sitting there like, oh, cool, yada yada yada. And Tyler, old selfie taking ass, he jumps in the thing and tells Bae to take a picture. She's like, really? Now? So he's like, yeah. While he's doing that, he's like trying to hold on to a tooth of the dinosaur jaw, and it like knocks open this secret cavern, and Tyler falls in, and of course Riley and Shelby go after him, and it's their command center for this season. And when they get in there, that's when they find Keeper. So we know Keeper is still alive, which is kind of cool. And then Shelby, no. Then they look on the wall and they see the black and blue energens, and then they hold theirs up to it, and it like automatically like magnetized to the little correct spaces. And then that's when they find Keeper. Well, Keeper comes out like, yeah, the Dino Chimps have chosen you. You're Rangers now. Yada yada yada. And then that's when Chase and Coda, I gotta forget his name, Chase and Coda and Miss Morgan come. So we get a little backstory about why they're all there. I think Chase found his first, and then they found Coda with his, and then Miss Morgan has been helping Keeper find all the energens. And they also do explain that there are going to be 10 Rangers in this series, because they say we got 5 on this wall, but there are 5 more still out there. So we already know, well, now we know that they're going to be all 10 Rangers. And I think there's more. I think there's actually like 13 Rangers in this season. I'm not going to get into that right now because I don't feel like trying to do it. We're already 10 minutes to this. And then of course, we have to have this whole prologue speech of like why you were chosen. Like Tyler, you defended yourself against, you defended a stranger, we didn't even know them. That's why the Raiden Gym chose you. Riley, your dedication to your swordsmanship and things like that. That's why they chose you. Then she gets to Bay. She's like, Shelby, it is anyone guess why the Pink Energy Gym chose you. I was like, damn, she's still Pink. But after that, they go through all that. Then of course, now we have all the Rangers together. Oh, then it was like, who said it? Chase. It was a Chaser code. It was like, you're Power Rangers now. And then like, Shelby was like, Power what? I don't know why it's always the girl that does that. And that's kind of a throwback to when Kim did it in Mighty Morphin. Now I just remember that Kim did that same thing in Mighty Morphin. So kudos. Why am I snapping at the mic when I should be snapping this way? But kudos for that little throwback. And then of course the Monster of the Week shows up, and it's still the Freezy villain from last time. And then it's telling, no, first we see there's like a volcano eruption, and it's the red Tyrannosaurus Rex, but we don't know that until before they, okay, it's like there's a disturbance, there's a seismic eruption, same one from yesterday, Shelby says, not Shelby, this Morgan says, so they send the Rangers, but for some reason Tyler's Energem isn't like fully charged up yet, so the other 4 Rangers go, and then Tyler has to stay behind. That's when Keeper and Ms. Morgan explain to them, well, explains to Tyler that the Energem charges the Dino Chargers. So from what I'm guessing, even I just figured this out too. There's one for morphing, there's one for your Zord, and there's one for your weapons. So there's 3 or more, depending, chargers per Ranger. Which was, I never knew that. See, I never knew that. There's 3 or more chargers per Ranger. This is the Japanese one. This isn't a little bootleg when you get Toys R Us. But I'm still gonna collect those anyways. At this point, the Rangers, the other 4 Rangers are at the volcano. Then the red T-Rex Zord runs out, and then we get another cut back to the command center where they're explaining to them, we're explaining to Tyler, you know, the Energems, well, the Ranger and the Zords are linked spiritually and shit like that, yada yada. And then Tyler finally, his Energem is finally charged, so he goes to the city, which is under attack by the Freezy monster from the last episode. And then some good fight scenes, my composure, and continue. So they're in the middle of the city, like I said. Freezy monster, and he gets the Vivitars, I think that's what they're calling them, and they all combine to form 2 giant Vivitar monsters, whatever. And they're slimy. That's the first thing I was like, ew. So then Tyler, he comes in, well, the T-Rex Zord comes and he tries to save the city, yada yada yada, but the Freezy monster freezes the T-Rex Zord. Then Tyler comes and uses the Energem to use the Energem power to free T-Rex Zord. And then this is when we get our first official morph sequence, which is very similar to the Super Sentai morph, except they don't do the full Henshin dance. Like, they pretty much just do the end, like some hand movements, and then they use the Gabba Revolver. Ha! I told you I was gonna pull it out. Told you I was gonna pull it out. Ha! The Gabba Revolver to morph. So it's kind of like, I didn't really practice it, but it was like, and I don't like it because it's not the dance. I don't care what nobody says, the dance is amazing. So after that, Tyler, he's kicking butt, of course, doing his thing. Him and T-Rex Zord are doing like power slashes and things like that. And then Tyler starts to get outnumbered, and then the other Rangers come, which was funny. This is funny. So like, they come and they're about to help Tyler out, and who initiates? Chase was about to initiate the other Rangers morphing, and then Shelby's like, just keep up, guys. and she didn't even know how to like press the thing to get it to start. I love this show. I'm loving it. So she was like, and then Chase was like, oh, you gotta press the button. And she's like, oh, okay, I got it. And it was just, you gotta watch. This is going to be the best season yet. So they're doing that, and then they all morph. Like they say, they do the energize, and they all morph, and then they drop 2 more references. When Tyler says it's about to get wild, King, the Red Ranger in the Super Sentai, says that he's like, it's about to get wild, or what does it say? What else did he say in the dub? I mean the subtext. It's about to get wild, or try to stop our it's something like that. But he says it's about like, yes, more references. Point is, more references. And then the Black Ranger, Chase, I'm parched. The Black Ranger Chase was like, he says, I'm a hot shot. I never miss. And the Black Ranger in the Super Sentai says, I'm like, this is amazing. It's just this reference after reference after reference. This is amazing. And then we don't get a full Megazord scene yet, so I'm guessing that's going to come in the next episode. Oh, but way before that, like when they find out there's a monster there, they say, Chase is like, that's not Fury. So I'm like, what do you mean? Like in my head, I'm like, uh-oh, something's wrong. So pretty much after they defeat the monsters and the little villains and things like that, they go back to the command center, and Koda's like, that's not Fury. You said there was only one monster on this planet, and it's Fury. And then Keeper's like, what did he say? He's like, that's one of Sledge's monsters. That means Sledge is on the way, and he would do anything to get his hands on their inner gems, including kill y'all. I was like, well, he didn't really say kill y'all. He was like, even destroy you, like literally looking at Tyler. So that was pretty much. Well, then we get the end credit. I call it end credit because it got the credits rolling, so it's an end credits. And it see like Sledge. He's walking through the hallway with all his monsters. He has a new ship, and it looks like the X-wing from Star Wars. He has a new ship, and he's like pretty much walking around like, who wants to destroy Rangers? And talking about the talking to his monster. So we're setting up for episode 3 is going to be really, really good. We're only 2 episodes in. I'm already psyched. I'm already excited for this. The acting is pretty good. It's just so much. So it's so much right. I should say with this. It's just so much right. So tell me what you guys thought about this episode. I gotta go help these people before I have to kill somebody. But it was so enjoyable. It's like I literally sat there Indian style on the floor. Like I literally got me a new PlayStation 4 today, but I spent my time watching Dino charge. So it's really, really good. Just let me know what you thought down below. If you want to follow me on anything other than what am I on? YouTube. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, all linked down below. Please hit me up on Twitch, because we're about to start doing these Let's Plays. I'm about to go get my capture card on Tuesday. It's about to go down. So, if you enjoyed today's episode and today's review video, let me know. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I am DevPro once again, and I am out of here.